Explanation of The Girl Who Was, Anne Frank, by Louis D. Jong. The chapter The Girl Who Was Anne Frank by Louis D. Jong tells the powerful and emotional story of Anne Frank, a Jewish girl who became a symbol of courage and hope through her diary, written during the Holocaust. Introduction. The chapter begins with a thought-provoking conversation between a student and a professor. The student questions the value of humanity, to which the professor replies that Anne Frank's diary is proof that the human race is worth saving. This powerful statement sets the tone for Anne Frank's remarkable story. Anne's early life. Anne Frank was born in 1929 in Germany to Otto and Edith Frank. She had an elder sister named Margot. When Adolf Hitler came to power in 1933 and began issuing anti-Jewish laws, Otto Frank decided to move his family to the Netherlands for safety. Otto Frank, a banker, started a small business in Amsterdam, trading spices. Despite financial struggles, he worked hard to ensure his daughters received a good education. Anne was described as a talkative, lively, and strong-willed child. While not particularly brilliant in academics, she had a deep interest in people and was full of energy. Going into hiding. In May 1940, the Nazis invaded the Netherlands, trapping the Frank family. Otto Frank anticipated the dangers and secretly prepared a hiding place in his office building, known as the Annex. In July 1942, Margot was called for deportation, prompting the Frank family to go into hiding immediately. They were later joined by the Van Daan family and a Jewish dentist. The 8 members in hiding had to remain silent, avoid lights, and limit movements to avoid detection. Otto Frank's loyal staff, including Miep Gijs, secretly provided food, books, and other necessities. Anne's diary. During her time in hiding, Anne maintained a diary gifted to her on her 13th birthday. In her diary, she openly expressed her emotions, frustrations, and dreams. She wrote about her conflicts with her mother, her close relationship with her father, and her growing feelings for Peter, the Van Daan's son. Her diary reflected her maturity, courage, and longing for freedom. In one entry, Anne compared herself to a songbird whose wings had been torn out, illustrating her deep sense of captivity and helplessness. Despite her hardships, Anne remained hopeful, believing that people are really good at heart. Betrayal and arrest. On 4 August 1944, the hiding place was betrayed. Nazi officers stormed the annex, arrested its occupants, and sent them to concentration camps. Anne and Margot were eventually transferred to the Belsen camp, where they died from typhoid in March 1945. Otto Frank was the only survivor from the group. Discovery and publication of the diary. After the family's arrest, Miep Gijs bravely returned to the annex and found Anne's diary among the scattered belongings. Miep kept the diary safe and gave it to Otto Frank when he returned from Auschwitz. Reading Anne's words was deeply emotional for Otto Frank. He eventually decided to fulfill Anne's wish to publish her diary. Initially, 2 publishers rejected it, but a third accepted it. The diary was an instant success, touching millions of hearts worldwide. Global impact. Anne's diary was translated into multiple languages and adapted into a successful play that won the Pulitzer Prize for Drama. It was later turned into a film. In Germany, where the book's message was particularly powerful, audiences watched the play in silence, deeply moved by the tragic story. Anne's story became a symbol of the horrors of racial persecution. Her diary opened the eyes of many Germans to the cruelty of the Nazi regime. Legacy. Anne Frank's brief yet impactful life continues to inspire people worldwide. Her diary conveys messages of courage, hope, and human resilience. Otto Frank devoted the rest of his life to preserving Anne's memory, using the royalties from her diary for humanitarian causes. In her short life, Anne Frank became an enduring symbol of the tragedy of the Holocaust and the power of the human spirit. Her belief in kindness, despite her suffering, continues to inspire generations. Key message. The chapter emphasizes the importance of tolerance, empathy, and standing against hatred. Anne's story shows that even in the darkest times, courage and hope can shine through.